Hello, good morning. Actually, it's evening for you, isn't it?
For me,
Yeah, what time of day is it for you?
no, morning.
Morning as well. Okay, yeah, cool. Hi, I'm Christie Moran, one of the authors of Corporate Dropouts, and I'm here with Anjani to talk about our creation and what's happening, and it's all very exciting. So I'm going to throw over and let her introduce herself, and we're just going to have a chat.
Hi there, Christy. Thanks for having me on your live today. I'm super excited about this book. It's amazing. I mean, when I'm a women's empowerment expert and also a holistic leadership expert. So I help people, connect to their heads to their hearts and step into their power to reach their greater potential and ultimately their highest purpose. And without connecting to who we really are in the depths of our soul, we can't get there. So that's what I do. And the book, Corporate Dropouts, is something that really spoke to me. And I know it spoke to you too. When I heard about the title, I was like, oh my God, this is totally me. This is me. And it was so refreshing to find a project that really spoke to who I am and what I'm about. And I know that that was the same for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It really was. And, you've mentioned to me before how amazing it is to find a group of women who are your people, who you actually align with and, think like you and have gone through similar challenges to you. And that really has come about through this book process. I mean, there's about 20 of us all come together, sharing our stories, sharing a chapter in this book. So what has that been like for you?
It's been wonderful because it's allowed me to finally feel, like you said, feel quite normal about the unconventional life that I've lived, going from, I did a full 360, going from a corporate lawyer, like fully zipped up, buttoned up corporate lawyer. And I did that for over 16 years to it's fully holistic, meditation, yoga, spiritual mentor, and going and taking that back into corporate, a full 360. So for me, I've had a very unconventional life and experience, and to see that and to meet the other 19 authors who have done the same thing and have done it successfully, for me, brought me a lot of comfort and a lot of support and inspiration and motivation, because I feel like, yes, it is okay to be different. And here are 19 other immediate friends that I now have, including yourself, and together we're better, right? So together we can bring this message to other women or anyone else really who are thinking the same thing, who are stuck in their lives. And so the process has been amazing, meeting all the other authors, really sharing my life story, my personal story of how I got from bliss to burnout. And I share that in my chapter. So for me, it's been profound.
Yeah, I totally agree. The meeting the other women has been amazing. And, I first started out writing in Phoenix Rising first. And the reason I wrote in that book was because I wanted to share my story so that other women knew that they weren't alone. And then this opportunity to write in Corporate Dropouts came up, and it was like, yes, it's another opportunity to do that. It's a different story that I'm sharing. The Phoenix Rising was about my failed marriage, whereas this is obviously about my career. And similar, going through corporate and getting to that point where it's like, this is not what I want to be doing, and going on a journey to discover me and figuring out who I was and what I actually wanted, because what I had thought I wanted wasn't making me happy. So it was going on that discovery to figure that out. And it really is a completely different world. Like, I was opened up to this world that I didn't even know existed. And, 3 years ago, had no idea that it was a thing. And it's been such a great experience. And so to be finding other women that have gone on that journey, that, had once been in that corporate role, I need to do all of the things and do it in a certain way, and you need to portray yourself in a certain way and do certain things and have certain achievements, and you don't. And I know that there are lots of other women, not just women, lots of other people in corporate who's still there, sitting there going, I, I don't like this. I'm not enjoying this. I'm doing it to pay the bills. I'm doing it because I feel like I have to achieve the other things that I want. But yeah, we're a group of 20 women that are here to go, you don't have to. There is another way.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it's the success stories. And when if you're interested in reading this book, if you read this book, you're going to read the success stories of 20 women who have done this, who have been in corporate, who've changed their lives, who've taken that bold step and done it successfully, and can show you, the reader, how you can do it, or inspire you. Because like you said, I didn't know this was even there. And it was the same for me. I didn't even know that there was a life outside of the corporate world. And when I discovered that, I started meditation, and I was like, wow, there's this whole other world where people live, and I had no idea. And then that took me on my own personal journey of discovery, and it helped me become the person who I really am. Because like you said, I found myself putting a mask on for corporate. I became very masculine, very male. I was in a very male dominated environment in law at that time, and I became very masculine, and I yanged my way, the yin and yang. I yanged it. I wore boots and trouser suits and cut my hair short and swore a lot, and I thought I had to be that person to succeed. And through my own personal journey, and through reading all the personal journeys of the women in this book, people are going to be really inspired to really go for it, find who they are, and put that out there in the world, and create a successful business or passion project for themselves that makes a difference in the world. And that's what excites me about it.
Yeah. And you say success, and success is such a fun word because it has so many different meanings. And even, not just between different people, but even, within one person, it has so many different meanings. And, you talked about, the things that you had to do or thought you had to do in order to be successful. And one of the things that I want people to take away from this book is that success comes in many different forms, and you are the one who defines what success is for you. And for both of us, we were striving in that corporate environment, and we were successful.
Yes.
But really, when you look at that and you go, well, really, is that how I really want to define success? Just because I had a good career, just because I was earning good money, is that really successful if it's not fulfilling, if I'm not happy, if it's not having the impact that I want to be having? You can choose something in your life that is, outside the corporate world, is different, is smaller, is, not the norm, and still be successful. You can be successful as a mum if that's where your heart is. So it's about defining success for you, rather than allowing those external expectations, judgments, ideals to define success for you.
I love that. I 100% agree. Success is not our job title, the amount of money we've got in the bank. It's not. Success is about, like you said, it's all about finding out who I am and doing what I love every single day. If you make your passion your profession, that is success. And that is success. And I was the same on the outside looking in. I reached success. I had all the money, I had the status, I was flying around the world, first class and business class, but inside I was empty. I was like this emotional wasteland, and I wasn't happy, and I was burnt out. That is not success. And we have to redefine what success is in society, in our Western societies, and bring it back home to am I fulfilled? Am I making an impact in what I want to do? Like you said, I always grew up knowing I want to help people. And I thought I could do that as a lawyer. And all I ended up doing was shuffling paper and negotiating contracts. And that wasn't the kind of impact I wanted to make. I really wanted to make a difference. And I think all the women in this book are out there making a real difference, a real positive difference and impact in the world. So it's so exciting.
Yeah, all in their own individual ways and, bringing themselves to that. And that's the key because, we can't be the greatest version of ourselves if we're trying to do it somebody else's way. So being able to actually, look within yourself and discover who you are and bring that into the world. And that is obvious, often the parts of us that we're trying to hide, the parts of us that, we want to cut off, that we want to ignore, that we want to pretend like they don't exist because they don't fit in. And it's those parts of us that we really need to be sharing with the world and showing that difference, because that's when we can truly have that impact and be our best, bring our greatest. So, I'm having lots of conversations with, the majority of the authors in this book over the next 2 months, because it does come out at the end of February, and that's super exciting. And, you're obviously the first one. So first one off the rank, what little piece of advice would you like to share with our listeners and potential readers to really get them inspired and moving toward that life where they're choosing themselves, choosing the path of success that they define and that they want to create?
You have to put yourself first, in other words, because women tend to put themselves last. So as a woman, you have to put yourself first. And when I say put yourself first, I mean do something that brings you some joy, some happiness, relief, excitement, inspiration. Surround yourself with other people in your life who will support you, who will be your biggest cheerleaders. That's super important. And thirdly, read the book, listen to these lives, and get inspired by other women who have gone before you, who've done this, who've done it successfully, and who can help you along that journey with their own stories and with what they're doing in the world. And, you and I are both mentors and coaches, and we do this for a living. So we're better together. So it's not a solo sport. So it's really important. Put yourself first. Surround yourself with people who will support you. And if you can, get a mentor or a coach to help you discover who you are and what you came for.
Yeah, that's really great advice. And I know I have seen it happen where, especially women are feeling guilty about putting themselves first, making that choice. And I think a lot of them think that it's either or. They either put themselves first or they put others first. And it's just not true. It's about making choices that are win-win. And what I mean by that is that it's not saying yes to somebody else at the detriment of you. It's still okay to say yes to other people. It's still okay to, to do things for others, but as long as it's not at the detriment of you. So make sure that it's actually a win for you as well as them when we're doing that. Because, when in a lot of the conversations that I've had with women, that are wanting to have a more fulfilled life, to, find happiness, to go on that journey for themselves, it is that guilt that's stopping them from, oh no, but, I've got to do this for them, and, all these other responsibilities, and oh, once I get all that sorted and once they're done, then maybe I could do something for me. But it really is about making that choice. No, you can have both. You can do for them and for you. Choose you first. And when you do that, you get to lead by example. And that's, so important for me. And I've always reminded myself of that with my kids. If I want my kids to put themselves first, the only way I can teach them to do that is by doing it myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actions, not words, teach. So I say to a lot of the women, because I agree with you, they have two major stumbling blocks. One is the guilt, and the second one is self-defeating language. Oh, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't have the degree. I've been off and had kids, or whatever it is. So if you put yourself first, and I call it selfing rather than selfish. So I say it's selfing. You put yourself first and you fill up your cup, and then you give the overflow, so that rather than giving empty, tired, exhausted guilt to people, you give joyful, blissful, filled up, purposeful, inspired you. And that is a win-win. So I totally agree with you. It's so important that women get this message.
Yeah, that's it. When they're selfing, like you say, they've got so much more to give, and so the contribution they can make is even greater. So there's just no reason not to do it.
Yes,
No reason not to do it.
we have to flip the ought tos and musts and I have tos into I really want and I would really love and I'm really passionate about. If we can flip it into that, you know that you're on the right path for you and for everyone else around you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for chatting with me today. That's been amazing, and I'm looking forward to talking to the other authors as well and sharing some more. But if people are wanting to reach out with you, where can they find you?
You can find me on any social media, Anjani Amrit, on my website, anjaniamrit.com. And I'm on all the social platforms. And I've got an intention setting masterclass coming up on the 23rd of Jan. It's an open program, so anyone who's interested in setting some really powerful intentions for this year, and we need it. We need to do this. Then that's happening on the 23rd of Jan.
Sounds awesome. We'll put those links below. And yeah, everybody, hope you had an amazing Christmas, New Year's, bring on 2022, and yes, set powerful intentions.
Thank you so much, Christy, for having me. And thank you for doing these lives. You're an inspiration. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.